Welcome to Stoic Pulse, where Stoic wisdom fuels a life of clarity, strength, and purpose. Guided by Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, we deliver daily rules and lessons to master your mind and live with intention. If you're ready to break free from hidden traps and reclaim your focus, stay with us. This journey will grip you to the end. A habit society deems harmless, masturbation, can quietly erode willpower, cloud focus, and trap you in a cycle of fleeting pleasure. While normalized, its compulsive pull can dim your purpose, as Epictetus warned. No man is free who is not master of himself. This isn't about shame, but about facing a modern challenge that saps clarity and strength. Stoicism offers a path to freedom, teaching us to harness desires and live deliberately. Imagine waking with sharp focus, your energy aligned with purpose. That's the Stoic way. Today, we unveil 5 transformative insights to overcome this cycle, blending Stoic principles with practical tools to master impulses and restore inner peace. These lessons empower you to live with resilience, not regret. Don't miss a moment. Your clarity awaits. Like, share, and comment. Type I choose mastery. Subscribe and hit the bell for daily Stoic wisdom. Stay Stoic and let's forge your strength together. Insight 1. Historical context and modern acceptance. With the hidden risks of masturbation in focus, let's explore the first insight. How views on this act have transformed over time, shaping its modern acceptance and masking potential pitfalls. Understanding this shift reveals why we often overlook the dangers of what's now deemed normal. In the past, masturbation was heavily stigmatized. Many cultures condemned it as immoral, especially for men, viewing it as a wasteful act that hindered reproduction. For women, it was seen as a threat to male dependence, offering pleasure without partnership. Medical fears compounded these moral objections, with claims that masturbation caused ailments like fatigue or disease. Rooted in religious and social norms, these beliefs cast masturbation as a vice to be avoided for both spiritual and physical health. Today, the perspective has reversed. Science, including studies from the French Institute of Health and Medical Research, labels masturbation as natural, observed in mammals like dogs and primates. For men, it's lauded for practical benefits like aiding sleep. Post-orgasm, the brain's cerebral cortex, the center of conscious thought, powers down, curbing sexual desire and promoting rest. This makes it a popular tool for insomnia in our hectic world. Society now embraces masturbation as a healthy, shame-free expression of sexuality, a far cry from its historical taboo. Yet, this normalization can blind us to risks. While masturbation offers benefits, its acceptance as harmless ignores how easily it can become compulsive. The ease of dismissing its downsides sets a trap for those unaware of its deeper impact. This leads us to the next insight, where we'll uncover how the brain's dopamine-driven response to masturbation can foster addiction, pulling us away from the self-control we need to thrive. Insight 2. The neurological hook, dopamine and addiction. Having seen how masturbation's modern acceptance obscures its risks, let's dive into the second insight, the neurological hook that can turn a natural act into a compulsive trap. The pleasure of masturbation isn't just a fleeting moment. It's a chemical reaction in the brain that can lead to addiction, much like other vices, if left unchecked. When you masturbate, your brain releases dopamine, the hormone behind feelings of reward, calm, and stress relief. This rush is why it feels so good, offering a quick escape from tension. But here's the catch. Dopamine is powerfully seductive. The more you chase that high, the more your brain craves it. Over time, it adapts, needing more frequent or intense stimulation to achieve the same pleasure. This cycle, recognized in the 2017 Diagnostic and Statistical Manual as hypersexuality disorder, classifies excessive masturbation as an obsessive-compulsive behavior, akin to smoking or overeating. Imagine the frustration. You seek that familiar rush, but as your brain blocks dopamine receptors to cope with the excess, the act leaves you empty, craving more, yet feeling less. This spiral can lead to destructive patterns, obsessive pornography use, reckless sexual encounters, or emotional isolation, because the brain is wired to chase the high, not satisfaction. Like an alcoholic needing another drink, the compulsion overrides control, turning you into a prisoner of your own desires. This neurological trap isn't inevitable, but it's a risk when masturbation becomes a reflex rather than a choice. Recognizing this chemical pull is the first step to reclaiming agency. The next insight will explore how Stoic philosophy offers a path to master these desires, transforming a potential vice into an opportunity for self-awareness and inner strength. Insight 3. Stoic wisdom, mastering desire. Now that we've uncovered the neurological pull of dopamine driving masturbation's addictive potential, let's turn to the third insight, the Stoic wisdom that transforms this act from a vice into a test of self-mastery. Thinkers like Epictetus and Seneca didn't just see pleasure as a fleeting thrill. They viewed it as a chance to strengthen the mind, offering a path to true freedom through control over desires. For the Stoics, masturbation wasn't inherently wrong, but its excess was a surrender to impulse, disrupting the harmony they sought with nature. Epictetus taught that true virtue lies in self-control, not in chasing endless nights of pleasure. Seneca echoed this, urging us to master our passions rather than be enslaved by them. Their philosophy isn't about repressing desires, but understanding them deeply, knowing why you act, and choosing moderation over compulsion. Uncontrolled masturbation, they'd argue, pulls you from inner serenity, leaving guilt and dissatisfaction in its wake. Imagine the Stoic approach. Instead of giving in to every urge, you pause, reflect, and ask, is this serving my higher purpose? This introspection turns a momentary impulse into an exercise in self-awareness. By choosing when and why to act, you reclaim power, aligning your actions with values like discipline and peace. The Stoics believed every choice shapes your character, and succumbing to unchecked desires risks losing the tranquil connection to the universe they prized. This perspective shifts masturbation from a guilty pleasure to a proving ground for willpower. Mastering it means embracing your desires without letting them rule you, finding joy in restraint rather than excess. The next insight will bring this philosophy to life with a story of transformation, showing how Stoic principles can break the cycle of compulsion and lead to lasting fulfillment. Insight 4. Transformation through self-control. With Stoic wisdom illuminating masturbation as a test of self-mastery, the fourth insight brings this philosophy to life through a story of transformation. This narrative shows how embracing self-control can break the cycle of compulsion, offering hope and a tangible path to inner peace for anyone caught in the grip of excessive desire. Picture someone trapped in a pattern of compulsive masturbation, chasing fleeting pleasure only to face an emotional void afterward. Guilt, shame, and a nagging sense of lost control. This person, like many, turned to the act as a quick escape from stress, but each time, the relief was shorter, the emptiness deeper. Then, they discovered Stoic teachings. Inspired by Seneca's call to master passions and Epictetus's emphasis on aligning actions with virtue, they began a journey of self-regulation. Instead of acting on every urge, they paused to reflect, asking, "Does this serve my deeper purpose?" This simple question shifted their mindset, turning impulses into opportunities for discipline. Through daily practice, they learned to confront their desires head-on, not with repression, but with awareness. They journaled their triggers, noting when stress or boredom drove them to act, and replaced the habit with moments of stillness, reading, walking, or breathing deeply. Over time, the compulsion weakened. The Stoic focus on self-control helped them find joy in restraint, not excess. They no longer felt enslaved. They felt empowered, living authentically in line with their values. This transformation proves that change is possible. By applying Stoic principles, they traded momentary highs for lasting serenity, rediscovering purpose beyond the pull of dopamine. The next insight will equip you with practical tools like mindfulness and meditation to follow this path, helping you resist temptation and cultivate the mental clarity needed for a life of balance and virtue. Insight 5. Practical tools for serenity. Inspired by the transformation possible through Stoic self-control, the final insight equips you with practical tools to resist the pull of compulsive masturbation and cultivate lasting serenity. These strategies, rooted in mindfulness and Stoic principles, empower you to manage desires healthily, aligning your actions with a life of virtue and inner peace. Start with mindfulness, a practice that mirrors the Stoic call for self-awareness. When the urge to masturbate arises, pause and observe it without judgment. Ask yourself, what's driving this? Stress? Boredom? By naming the trigger, you weaken its grip, creating space to choose your response. Try a 5-minute breathing exercise. Inhale deeply for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale for 6. This calms the mind, reducing the dopamine-driven impulse and grounding you in the present moment. Meditation builds on this, fostering mental clarity. Set aside 10 minutes daily to sit quietly, focusing on your breath or a Stoic mantra like, "I am the master of my desires." When thoughts wander, gently return to your focus. This trains your mind to resist fleeting temptations, reinforcing the discipline Epictetus championed. Over time, you'll find urges less overwhelming as your capacity for self-regulation grows. Journaling is another powerful tool. Each evening, reflect on moments you felt compelled to act and how you responded. Note what worked. Perhaps a walk or a hobby redirected your energy. This aligns with Seneca's advice to examine our actions, helping you identify patterns and replace compulsive habits with purposeful ones. These practices, mindfulness, meditation, journaling, build a foundation for serenity. They shift your focus from instant gratification to the joy of living intentionally, as the Stoics taught. By mastering these tools, you'll not only overcome compulsion, but also embrace a life of balance, where true fulfillment comes from within, not fleeting pleasures. Thank you for joining Stoic Pulse, where we've explored 5 insights to master masturbation's pull and reclaim your purpose. Guided by Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, we uncovered society's normalization, dopamine's trap, Stoic self-control, stories of transformation, and tools like mindfulness, meditation, and journaling. Epictetus taught, "No man is free who is not master of himself." These principles shift you from chasing fleeting pleasures to embracing discipline, forging a life of clarity and virtue. Imagine a day where urges don't rule. You pause mindfully, choose intentionally, and live aligned with your values. These tools aren't just practices, they're a Stoic way of being, echoing Seneca's call for inner harmony. Start today. Try a mindful pause or journal your intentions. Each step builds a stronger you, breaking compulsion's cycle for lasting peace. Your journey empowers not just you, but others inspired by your resolve. Join our daily Stoic Pulse community. Subscribe for fresh wisdom, like this video to affirm your path. Share it to uplift others, and comment, type, "I choose mastery" with your favorite tool. Stay stoic, pulse with purpose, and we'll see you next video.